Breaking tonight at 11, fights at several malls in Connecticut causing police to respond to Westfarms in West Hartford and the Connecticut Post Mall in Milford. Officers forced to break up the large crowds.
And we have just learned that the Westfield Mall in Trumbull also saw a fight tonight, several altercations being reported there. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Ben Goldman. We do want to start tonight with Fox 61's Dave Puglisi live outside the Connecticut Post Mall in Milford with more on the chaotic scenes all across the state. Dave.
Police say that a couple hundred teens were involved in the fights that broke out here at the mall, and they started around the food court and then spread throughout the mall. Police believe that these fights were organized on social media. Now, all of this began just before 6 o'clock this evening. 8 private officers were on duty, and they were quickly overwhelmed. They called in officers from surrounding towns and state police to help contain the situation. They worked diligently to remove all patrons from the mall safely. There were no reported injuries. Police say it appears that most of the parties were unsupervised young adults under 18 years old. There were reports of firearms at the mall, but police say those were never confirmed and there were no reports of shots fired. The Post Mall is private property. Police say it will be up to them to decide if a curfew will be put in place like other malls have done.
Mall, I know, was leaning towards that. I know that they're, from what we were told, the supervisors for security were really pushing for that. At the end of the day, they didn't go that route. They tried to go with, we'll keep the patrons that are of that age in small groups of 2 or 4. And well, that was the goal last year, too. We know how that worked out. Similar results, unfortunately, again this year.
Westfarms Mall in West Hartford also had reports of fights that caused a disturbance. The mall was not shut down while officers got everything under control. One juvenile was arrested as a result of the disturbance. Westfarms Mall says the safety of its customers and employees is the #1 priority. They also said in part, quote, "This unacceptable conduct undermines our family-friendly standards. We thank the police and security that acted swiftly to restore normal operating conditions." Now, back in Milford, police say that there were no arrests made today and that they say only minor damage was made to some items in the mall. Investigators plan to check some surveillance footage to be able to see if they can identify any of the parties involved. Right now, live in Milford, Dave Puglisi, Fox 61 News.
Dave, thank you very much. And we are learning more information tonight. Trumbull police telling Fox 61 that they responded to the Westfield Mall tonight in response to fights there. That mall, though, was not closed. A 19-year-old from Bridgeport was arrested after several fights broke out there. This all happening 1 year to the date of a brawl that involved up to 300 people at Buckland Hills. Police arrested 4 people on a number of charges. That same night, the Connecticut Post Mall also had to close early last year due to fights. And a similar incident took place in 2016 at Buckland Hills Mall. One fight turned into several in a crowd of hundreds of people. The mall had to be evacuated and was closed for the night. Police arrested 8 people in this incident.
And it's because of these past issues that certain malls put curfew policies in place just as a precaution. The Brass Mills Center in Waterbury and the shops at Buckland Hills in Manchester restrict those 18 years and under, saying that they must have an adult with them starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That curfew started today. It remains in effect until next Monday. These curfews were started again because of incidents like we've seen across the state tonight.